Hello and welcome to this episode of Rick's Garage, and today I'm going to be showing you what I normally do about rusty brake discs. Also later on in the episode I'm going to be replacing the bulbs in my third brake light in the spoiler on my Alfa Romeo GTV. See you in a minute. So yes, in this episode of Rick's Garage, what I'm going to be doing, as I say, is smartening up the brake discs on the rear of my GTV. Now, it's very common for brake discs to go rusty, especially on the inside and the outside edge. I'm just sharing with you guys what I normally do and what I normally use. Now, obviously, a lot of brake discs nowadays, when you buy them brand new, they do come pre-painted, which is great, but some of them, such as mine on the back of this, they don't. These are actually Mintex rear discs that I'm using on the back of this. Yeah, they're not pre-painted, they are now rusty, and I'm going to sort them out and clean them up. So later on in the video, stay tuned because I'm going to be replacing the bulbs in the third brake light in the spoiler, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to get stuck straight into this video. Let's go. Okay guys, now as you can see, the rust on the brake disc on the surface, pay no attention to that. What we're looking at is the inside of the drum, which is, you know, getting nice and rusty now. Now, normally on a car which is used daily, that is going to be thick with rust, so you would want to wire wheel it first, but I'm not here to teach you guys how to suck eggs. You probably already know that. Same if you're doing your calipers. Now, what I use to paint the drums and sometimes calipers is none other than Hammerite paint. Now, there's a lot of criticism for Hammerite, but there are still some things that it is very good at, and I've been using Hammerite to paint calipers and drums on cars for the past 15 plus years. It works an absolute treat. Goes some way to being heat resistant as well. It really is good stuff, and it's very easy to apply. The paintbrushes I use are these cheap disposable ones, like so. I buy these on eBay in bulk, because obviously once you use Hammerite, really the paintbrush is junk. So yeah, I buy these cheap disposable brushes for doing jobs just like this. But yeah, Hammerite, it really is good stuff for doing brakes. You can buy obviously caliper specific paint, but you know, why bother? Today I'm just doing the inside of the drum because it's just beginning to look a little bit nasty now, and it's letting the side down, as you can see. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. So yes, you can actually buy caliper specific paint, but I find it to be no good, but I suppose it depends on what brand you buy. I just find Hammerite to be better. Now, as you can see, I'm painting over the inside line onto the actual braking surface itself. That is what you want, because when you start driving, when the paint is dry, that will cut a perfect line for you. Now, just in case you're wondering, yes, Hammerite is very hard wearing on your brakes. You can clean it, you can jet wash it. I've used it on all of my daily drivers and it lasts for absolutely ages, no problems at all. Now, when you're painting the discs, make sure you paint just over the shoulders or just over the edges. If you don't, you'll end up with some awful rusty lines when you're finished, and that isn't what you want. As you can see, that has literally took me a few minutes. It really is as easy as that. You don't need to mask up, no nothing, not unless you want to. I mean, obviously if you're doing your calipers, then you're going to want to mask up as much as possible. And obviously, without saying, the best way to do your calipers is to remove them. But for the everyday person, I understand that not many people know how to do that. So you can do it on the car, just mask up the disc, mask up all the rubber parts. Everywhere you can, brake pads, mask a bit of your brake pad as well. What does my head in is when people paint calipers and they paint absolutely everything. It looks like a dog's dinner. So yeah, just mask up as much as possible. But yeah, as you can see, smooth silver Hammerite, it works very well. So let's go and do the other side. Now, Hammerite does receive a lot of criticism these days. I suppose it is fair to say that Hammerite isn't quite what it used to be. Although I wouldn't use it for suspension components, it does still have its uses, and one of the main uses is, for me, painting brakes. It just does a fantastic job. It does still have its uses. Now, obviously Hammerite is available in a wide variety of colours. Personally, I prefer the factory look of the smooth silver. If I wasn't using silver, I would go for black. So I'm back onto the other side again just for a second coat. I do give each side a second coat, just a light coat. You don't want to put it on too thick, but yeah, just a nice thin second coat and you'll be grand. So a day later, as you can see, the lines are now perfectly cut. Absolutely fantastic. What once looked like a child's drawing now looks absolutely superb. I hope you'll agree. So yes, Hammerite for your brake discs and your calipers. It works very well. Give it a go. So there you go guys, that is the rear discs sorted. I'm sure you'll agree they're looking fantastic now. Yes, there's a lot of things to be said. As I say, for Hammerite, it definitely isn't the paint that it used to be many moons ago, but it still has its uses and it's fantastic for brake discs. Yes, there are better alternatives out there, such as POR 15. The only thing with POR 15 is it's very expensive. I've used POR 15 for lots of things underneath my car. It is far more superior to Hammerite, but yeah, it's very expensive. Also, they don't do a nice silver colour. It's more like a grey. Hammerite is like a silver and it just looks much better. Needless to say, it's much cheaper and it just works fantastically well. So yeah, Hammerite on your discs, even your calipers, go for it. It's fantastic. So moving swiftly on in the video, what I'm going to be doing now is replacing the bulbs in the third brake light in the spoiler on my Alfa GTV. I think there's 7 bulbs in total and I've got at least 3 bulbs which are out. Just for the sake of it, I'm going to replace the full lot. So yeah, without further ado, let's crack on with that. So the procedure to remove the third brake light from the spoiler, a very simple and easy job, just 2 little Phillips screws as you can see. Just undo those, and then once you've done that, the whole unit should pop straight out like so. Once you do that, you will see 1 electrical connector that should pull straight out. There should be a little clip on that, but mine just popped straight off. So there you go, nice and easy job to remove the whole unit. As you can see, literally just about 30 seconds. Now once you've got the unit removed, you've got 5 small Phillips screws on the back of the unit itself. Once you undo those, you'll be able to pull the bulb holder away, and in the middle you will notice there is a rubber gasket along there as well. But yes, it pulls out nice and easy. Then there you will see your 7 bulbs. The bulbs themselves are just pushing. Give them a little tug. Sometimes they will be a bit stiff, as I found on these type of bulbs before, but yeah, just give them a bit of a tug and they will come out. So the replacement bulbs, the code for these is 286. I got a pack of 10 of these from my local motor factors for just over £4. It was just worth replacing all of them. Now unfortunately, I apologise, I didn't get a close-up of these bulbs for you, but these bulbs can be finicky. They do have at the bottom of the bulb a little piece of wire each side. You need to make sure that that wire is making contact with each connector properly. If it isn't, then just bend the connectors back ever so slightly and you won't go wrong. So the whole unit goes back into the spoiler this way, and the bulb holder needs to go back into the unit with that electrical connection on the right hand side, if you understand what I mean. So just push the bulb holder back together, pop your screws back in, and hey presto, it really is that simple. So to fit the unit back into the spoiler, it is the exact reverse. Make sure that electrical connection is clipped in this time. Pop your screws back in and the job is complete. Once you're done, the only thing left to do at this stage is to check the bulbs. And there you go guys, working absolutely perfectly. So that job is now done. That is another job ticked off the list. Happy days. So there you go guys, 2 nice, easy, simple jobs, and the Alfa Romeo, that is now sorted. I'm sure you'll agree. The discs are looking great, and now the third brake light is operating exactly as it should. Little improvements made all the time. That's what it's all about. So in the next episode, what I think I'm going to do is remove my rear shock absorbers, and the reason why I want to do that is because I want to show you guys exactly how the adjustments are made on the Koni Sport adjustable dampers. So yeah, I would look forward to seeing you in that video. As always guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do consider doing so. Click the subscribe button, please do click the bell icon, that way you'll be notified when I post a new video. Please do like this video if you have enjoyed it today, that way it will help other people to find the video. Please do check out my playlist for the GTV. There has been lots of jobs that have been covered. You may find something very useful there. If you'd like to get in touch, then you can do so either in the comments below, or you can email me, which is ricksgarage916@yahoo.com, or you can find me on Instagram, which is ricksgarage916. So as always guys, thank you very much indeed for watching. I shall see you next time. It's been great. See you next time. Bye bye.